Hello, welcome to Local Edition. I'm Leslie Leyton. Well, transportation is the lifeblood of the Inland Empire. Assemblywoman Cheryl Brown here now to talk about how important transportation is and what you're looking at in terms of making things continue to run smoothly here. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Leslie, for having me.
And you say the truckers are, key to keeping things going, and AB 32, the cap and trade, also very important, playing a role in what you're focusing on.
Yes, let me say first is that everything that comes to any store or anything in America generally will come down the 10 or out the 15. It comes from the Port of Los Angeles or the Port of Long Beach, and it comes right through my district. That makes it so that the roads they're impacted so much. So as we talked to the truckers about the issues that they had, we had a roundtable about 2 weeks ago. And in the roundtable, they told us about how AB 32 is affecting their businesses. Many of them have had to curtail their work. Many of them have had to go completely out of business because AB 32 reduces the carbon footprint. And it makes it so that we won't have a problem by 2030 that our air will be completely clean.
What are some of the stories that you hear from the truckers about what this cap and trade, what effect it's had?
Well, many of them, the trucks themselves cost, sometimes from $150,000 on up. And if they have the older models, as of last year, they couldn't be run in California, not from California. Now, if you lived outside of California and rode inside of California, you might be able to get away with it. But you're not supposed to have those old engines that are polluting our air.
So you're hearing from the truck drivers that it's an unworkable solution?
Well, they say that they want to work with it. They want to work with CARB, California Air Resources Board. They want to work with them because they don't want the air to be dirty either. However, they also need to stay in business. So we need to come up with come up with solutions to these problems that will work for both.
So you're going to have a trucking forum. What sorts of solutions and ideas will you be looking at?
We will be looking at how CARB, now remember, when they have an auction for the AB 32, when they have an auction for cap and trade, our state's been taking in about $500 million each time we've had an auction. And that's maybe 2-3 times a year. With that extra money, or with that money, why can't we use some of it to help make these trucking companies whole? So we'll be inviting Mary Nichols, who is in charge of all of the CARB, and seeing what kind of solutions we can come up with. I don't want to do a lot of problems, but you have to know what the problems are.
So making them whole, what are some of the ideas?
Some of the ideas may be to help them purchase motors, cleaner motors for their trucks, if they are a small company. What has happened in the past is if you had 5 or more trucks, then CARB would help you. But if you had less, then you didn't get the help. And in our area, we have small businesses, and some of them are just 1 truck. And they can't afford that retrofitting that is needed in order to keep their trucks running. But they can't do business if they don't have it retrofitted.
It sounds like a lot of paperwork and a lot of discussion needs to come from this. And I know that you're looking at it for the Inland Empire. We appreciate you being here to talk about it today.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us as well. I'm Leslie Leyton.